Traffic is about to start picking up with school buses and more drivers on the streets. So we all need to pay closer attention on the road because accidents will happen.
Well, this morning we welcome Shane Smith and Ashley Clasen with Shanesmithlaw to the show. Hello, guys. How are you guys doing today?
Oh, we're doing great today, and we're happy to be here and talk about one of the things that happen to us a lot, which is traffic.
Right. Well, it's back to school season, which is a busy time every year. So what does this mean for drivers?
Usually for drivers, it means a lot more congestion. And even this year, we're expecting more congestion than normal because last year, everybody wasn't on the road as much. And so school, it changes the traffic patterns, it gets more people on the road, and just a lot more congestion and a lot more distracted drivers, actually.
So why will we start seeing more accidents now?
The key is because it interrupts normal flow. We've been driving over the summer for 3 months and maybe a year before where there weren't as many cars. Now you've got a lot of moms on the road. That puts kids in the car in the morning. There's a lot more stop and go because of bus stops, the buses, and unfortunately, a lot of times parents are looking in the back seat, dealing with kids, separating them, talking to them, doing all that, which leads to more distracted driving.
Right, and distracted driving is a huge issue. Let's talk about some of those big distractions that we see in the car.
You've got teenagers who are just now learning how to drive, or they learned over the summer, so they haven't been doing it. They're on their cell phones, they're talking to their friends, playing with the radio, and to me, that impacted my life the most was actually when my kids were right behind me and I was trying to referee them maybe on the morning trip to school, and or hand them their sippy cups when they were smaller, things like that, all of which just leads to paying less attention on the road, which leads to more accidents.
So if we were to get into an accident, what is one thing that we should do? What should we be doing?
Well, I would say the first thing you need to do is get checked out. Even if you don't feel like you're injured, a lot of injuries end up popping up later on. So you want to make sure there's nothing serious going on. And that's also going to help you kind of create a record of what happened right from the get-go. Because, down the road, if you're hurting, it's going to be a lot easier for us to make a case for you if there's been consistent complaints and treatment from the start.
So why are moms less likely to seek treatment after an accident?
Well, I would say if you know any moms, they put themselves last. Their kids come first. Their husband comes first. Their dog comes first. So any other responsibilities that they have, it's going to be prioritized before themselves, regardless of how they feel. But it's going to be really important that they treat themselves because they can only be the best mom if they're feeling good. So they really got to put themselves first this time.
So with all those situations that you just kind of outlined, how can Shane Smith help?
One of the key things we can do is if you're hurt and don't know where to turn or don't know what to do, or sometimes even the accident process gets overwhelming. Adjusters call you, you got to get the car fixed. You don't know which doctor to go to, or some of our clients don't have health insurance, so they're even feeling a financial issue where they're worried about going. If they contact us, we'll be glad to talk to you, go over your injuries, and find the right medical doctor for you. Find somebody who can work with you, whether it needs to be on credit or through your health insurance. Get you to that specialist if that's what you need. Really so you can focus on the medical care, get better, and then we can handle the other part of the case.
And I heard you guys have a free book to talk about today.
We do. We've got our Victim Survival Guide to Car Accidents. If you call our office, we'll be glad to send it out to you free of charge, just so you've got the information. You can find it at our website or call our office at 980-999-9999.
All right, well, to reach Shanesmithlaw, once again, call 980-999-9999, or you can visit shanesmithlaw.com. Thank you guys both for being on the show.
Thanks for having us.